I love days when Life Extension is going to be here. I always learn something. Dr. Crystal Gossard, you haven't met her yet. Brand new doctor with Life Extension. She's actually their clinical corporate trainer. And she's going to talk about heart problems, the cholesterol myths, the cholesterol truths, and so forth. Now I'm going to open up talking about depression. Is that also a fungal disease? We'll see what science says about it. Toward the end of the show, I want to introduce you to another brand new doctor who attended one of my lectures, and she confirms pretty much what I say about skin disorders and fungus. A whole lot on today's Know the Cause, but understand what we're going to learn is about cholesterol, heart disease, etc. Okay, let's go. Today's Know the Cause is brought to you by Life Extension. Stay healthy, live better. My name is Doug Kaufman. For the past 40 years, I've dedicated my life and even my career to finding the root cause of disease. Join me and a team of physicians, pharmacists, and scientists, and soon you too will know the cause. Friends, you saw peripherally as we zoomed in the camera there a new guest, somebody we just love. Crystal Gossard is a doctor of clinical nutrition, Dr. Crystal Gossard. She is with Life Extension, of course, you know, with this huge brain. She's working over there with all these people in Florida. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
You and I had so much fun before we went on because I was telling Dr. Gossard, a friend of mine, true story, went and got a physical the other day. His cholesterol was 205, and he ended up getting a statin drug. And you and I are both, not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're wondering what's happened. Why was it when I was in the military doing cholesterol tests, a 300 was considered, okay, that's equivocal. And now a 200, oh, that's way too high. So welcome to the show, and thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Well, you know, that's a story that we hear so often. But the sad part about that is that one number, that 200 cholesterol, that's a calculated number. So, you know, the HDL is a part of that number. So maybe your friend has a higher HDL level, but the doctors, you know, they're just looking at the cholesterol number and not really evaluating, you know, the LDL and the HDL and all of those other factors.
I am so enamored by your background. You made it through the master's degree and all the dietitian and everything, and you're not making green jello in a hospital. You're helping this wonderful company grow and grow and grow. And she's here to teach us today about some of the myths with cholesterol, some of the facts. And I'm so happy you're here. And then to offer resolve for those of you who, you know, are a little bit concerned about the old ticker in the blood vessels and so forth. So give us some of the myths.
Well, I think the overwhelming number one myth is the fact that cholesterol is the number one risk factor. And that's really the focus for most people is I've got to get my cholesterol down. I need to get it down. When in fact, Life Extension, we've done the research and we have identified 19 risk factors associated with heart disease that many people will never, they'll probably die of heart disease and they would have never ever heard about it. So like fibrinogen, you ask the average person or your friend, do you know, has your doctor ever tested your fibrinogen? Do you know what it is? What about CRP? You know, the comment, I think about my dad, he has, you know, high cholesterol, has never had a CRP level tested. And you know, that's your marker for, systemic inflammation in the body. So, you know, we are missing the mark. And really, that heart disease remains the number one cause of death in the country.
I know, not number two.
Not number two.
Cancer and then heart disease.
It's heart disease.
So can I put my MD hat on?
Okay.
What do I do with these patients that come in here and have 225, 245 cholesterols? Isn't that increasing their risk for a cardiovascular event?
Well, it is. And so, and that's a fact. It is a part of the risk factor, but we should be looking deeper. We should be doing more advanced cholesterol testing. You know, your friend, let's find out, you know, what is your LDL? Do you have the small, dense LDL particles that's more likely to infiltrate the arterial wall and kind of set up plaque? Or do you have the larger buoyant? And that helps to guide a practitioner as to, what is this person's risk? How do they need a medication? Do they need a statin? We know that statins, that's kind of your number one go-to. Somebody's making billions of dollars on the statin medications, and the research is really showing that the cholesterol, it shouldn't be as low as possible. It's not really reducing mortality. There's like a new class of drug out there that can really get the cholesterol down really low, and people are still dying of heart disease.
So you're telling me the bottom line. See, what I'm thinking as I'm talking to you, 200 has been established kind of as a random cutoff, right? What about the person who takes this drug and goes to 170? Are they guaranteed excellent cardiovascular health?
No, you're not, because there's so many other risk factors. You oxidize LDL, glycated LDL, and this is LDL where now your excess blood sugar has now started damaging that LDL. Now it can't deliver the cholesterol into the cell. And so really understanding these LDL, and know that these are transporters around the body. These are transporting cholesterol out to your cell. The HDL, that's the good transport truck that's out there picking up cholesterol. And you can actually have small or larger HDL molecules as well.
Now, don't go away, because when we get back, isn't she fascinating? When we get back, we're going to talk about life extension, not regular products, life extension products that might help, okay? We'll be right back with Dr. Gossard. Dr. Crystal Gossard is here with us today. She's new to us here on TV, but she's been with Life Extension for a while. So long, in fact. You know those wonderful people that you all say, thank God for those people who answer the phone? Guess who gets to train them? You're staring right down the pipe at Dr. Crystal Gossard. I have a question for you.
Okay.
We were talking about cholesterol tests.
Yes.
And, 20 years ago, I remember everybody would do a finger stick and, gee, your cholesterol's 250, you need a doctor and so forth. How do you break down? Are there tests that can do these tests that you talked about earlier, micronizing the cholesterol test?
Yes, so Life Extension offers a test called the NMR profile.
Okay.
And that test will look at the details of the particles that's transporting your cholesterol around the body.
That's really
So are they
important.
small, are they large? And it can really help to identify your risk.
Okay, so just call Life Extension.
Yes.
We'll have their telephone number up. These, I'm really excited about these. I'm really excited you're here, and I'm really excited about these. Teach us a little bit more about, cholesterol, the good,
Yes.
the bad, and the ugly.
Yes, so the first product you see is called Cold Support, and it contains artichoke. That's one of the main
Okay.
ingredients. Do you like artichoke?
I could eat them
Grilled
all day long.
artichoke. Oh,
Yes,
it's so yummy.
It is.
So who knew that artichoke was beneficial to support your healthy cholesterol levels? One thing that's interesting with this, your typical cholesterol medications, as they're lowering your LDL, they're lowering the good HDL cholesterol. That's the good transport truck. So what artichoke helps to do is help to support healthy cholesterol levels. And there's a protein on your HDL called ApoA. And that protein helps the action of HDL, helps it do its job.
Okay.
And so your artichoke is really helping the action of that ApoA. It's also supporting bile flow. Now we know that cholesterol, that's a component of bile, and that bile is actually, and that cholesterol is resorbed back into the body from the gut. So the bile is kind of helping you digest your fats, and then it goes back into the body and it contributes to, cholesterol levels in the body. So helping to kind of eliminate that bile through the artichoke is very beneficial.
Good.
There's also vitamin B5 in that formula that also helps with energy metabolism and the metabolism
With
of
the
your
artichoke.
fats. Yes.
Good, good.
So the next one is CoQ10.
Yeah, ubiquinol.
Ubiquinol, CoQ10, we know that, ubiquinol now is kind of becoming more common. Before, we had the ubiquinone and we were educating the difference between ubiquinone and the more absorbable ubiquinol.
Yes.
This CoQ10 is unique because it has the enhanced mitochondrial support. So that's going to help to get that CoQ10 into the mitochondria where you need it most.
And isn't it funny, Dr. Gossard, it's really statin drugs that opened everybody's eyes to CoQ10.
Right,
you know?
because the statins deplete your CoQ10.
Right.
So here you are trying to support your heart.
Right.
You're depleting CoQ10. This CoQ10 is helping to support healthy LDL and targeting the oxidation of your
Good.
LDL as well.
Good. Excellent.
The next one, oh, this is one of my favorites, endothelial defense. Now, the endothelial wall, that's kind of the lining of your blood vessels. When that lining becomes injured, then you really have a problem. So
and you can strengthen that.
You can strengthen it, and you can support the flexibility of the arterial wall. It kind of helps to your body
The
manage
elasticity, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have pomegranate and orange
There you
in
go.
endothelial defense. Pomegranate is, it's, you know, I love the pomegranate fruit. Sometimes a challenge to eat.
Yes.
But this is a standardized pomegranate extract.
Wonderful.
And then the last one, Fluorocist Heart Health. Guess what's in there?
Yep.
Probiotics.
Would there be probiotics? Yep. Yep.
Probiotics. Who knew supporting the gut would be a way to support heart health?
I love this company. They're always on the cutting edge of research. Folks, what Dr. Gossard is not saying is stop taking your statin drug. What this company does is encourage you to share stories you learn on Know the Cause from these brilliant people with your doctor. Doctor, I'd like to begin taking some supplements here. I know some I'd like to start taking. Can you help me? If that's your goal, can you help me, tighter down some of these? You're amazing. I thank you so much. You and I had the opportunity to talk during makeup and so forth. Boy, Life Extension just keeps getting better and better and better. Turn to them, folks, when you have questions. Thank you, Dr. Gossard. Really good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. And there you have it, folks. Look at vitamin C delays human mortality. Olive oil reduces arterial blood clots. You can read all about it. Because when you call today and order any product Dr. Gossard was talking about, here they are, or all four of them, it's 50% off. Take 50% off. They normally have tremendous prices, tremendous quality. Today it's 50% off. And you will start receiving this magazine. I can't get enough of this. It's for sale at airports and so forth. Earlier in the show, I taught you that sometimes depression does have a fungal cause. Know the cause. You learn later from a real physician that sometimes dermatitis has a fungal cause. It's so changing rapidly in clinical medicine. Fungus was never a problem until 20 years ago when a guy named Doug Kaufman started a show, thank you for enjoying it, called Understand Why Your Patient's Sick. I'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.